Hello. I think everyone are doing good. Okay. So this video is basically for the programmers or anyone can see. Like if you're using Linux and what is the essential Linux commands that you need to use, I'll teach you. Okay. So basically, like if you are a programmer, then you need to basically work on the basics of Linux. But I'm teaching all the basics like within a minute. Sorry, within like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Okay, so the first command you need to know is that ls command, which will actually list everything in the current directory. Okay, so now there is many directories here. That means directory means folders. Okay, there is many directories here, then you need to shift to that directory, then you need to use cd, which is called change directory, and I need to go for downloads, and I'm inside the downloads. So I need to come, if I need to come back, I need to use cd double dots. So because cd single dot is current directory and the cd double dot is previous directory. Okay, if you need to see on which directory I am, which directory, current directory I am, you can use pwd, that is pwd, which will basically print working directory. I am currently in om parent. Okay, so if you need to make a new directory, then you can basically use mkdir, and directory name you can specify, then it will create a directory name. Okay, now you need, now I created a directory name which is called directory name. I need to remove it, so I'll use rmdir to remove it. Okay, or else now I need to create what I already created directory. Now I need to create a folder, sorry, file. Okay, so I can use touch and file.txt. So this will basically create a file called file.txt. Now I need to remove a file, so I need to use rm instead of rmdir. So file name, yeah, it's been removed. Now I need to do it recursively. uh, then I can use rmr and file.txt. So this will basically remove it recursively. Okay, if you are removing recursively. Now there is a file. Okay, let me create a file, and you can see there is a file, but it does not have any extensions. Now I need to copy that file to downloads. So if I go inside downloads, you can see that file is there, but I'll remove it. I'll come back and I'll go here. Now I copied it. I use cp command to copy it. Now if I need to, I don't need to copy it, I need to move it. So I can use mv and the file name and the destination. So you can see there is no file called file1.txt. If I do ls downloads, you can see there is the file is being moved to downloads. I'm really sorry for the background noise. Okay, so there is some text inside a file. Let's say there is a file, nano file. Okay, so this is some text. Okay, so I'll save it, exit it. Okay, now I need to see what is inside that file text. So I can use cat and I can use file. It will display the content of the file. Okay, so there is one more called more, and then I need to specify file name. So more is basically, there is two commands that is called more and less, but there is many like quite difference between those. But if you have text more than 10 to 20 lines, which can't be covered in one terminal, then it will work like a book. So if I use more and less, the first page will be like 20 lines, then if you go next, then the second page will be coming up. So that is how a more and less will work. Tail, so tail and head will basically, like if I list, like if I use ls and l, so it will basically list it. So if I use ls hyphen l and pipe it to head 1, then it will display. Okay, type it to n1, so then it will display only one character, but okay, I'll use ed and file, so it will actually display the top part. If I use tail, it will display the bottom part, but it does not contain any bottom. Okay, so you need to know about this because grep is the most powerful command, not in the word, in the Linux word. Okay, so you can use pattern if there is some pattern. Okay, let's say that I need to cat a file. Sorry, cat a file. So there is some text. I need to search grep and I need to search is word in file. So it will actually highlight with a black color uh, inside that file. It is saying that there is a word called is inside the file. That's where you can use grep command. So if you need to search anything, you can use find. We need to basically say the path, and we need to say what we are searching. Like if you know any names, like name of a file, name file dot txt. But since there is many name file, the many files which is starting from name file, then you don't worry, just put star in it. It will take all the files which is starting from name file, anything, but which will end with .txt. And you can say this is file, not directory. Okay, if you need to do directory, then you can specify d, and if you need to do file, and you can specify f. Okay, now there is some file here, lat. You can see this file as there's three parts, I guess. So this is the root, and sorry, user, and this will be the group, and this will be the others. So now if I need to change these permissions, I need to use chmod change mod, and then I need to say user group others can have write, read and execute permission. If I do ls lat, you can see the permission is being changed so that anyone can modify this file. So this is basically the dangerous one, because you will not give that permission to anyone, they can misuse it. You can actually use numbers also in this. There is write, and read and execute. Okay, so if you use write, then that will be if it is execute, then you can use 1. If it is read, then you can use 4, and if it is write, you can use 2. So you can take these numbers and you can calculate it, and you can use it with chmod. Okay, if you need to change the owner, like if I do ls lat, you can see this will be the user and this will be the group. Now I need to change the owner, chown owner, and parrot, and I need to change for user, and I can specify the file name. There is new group called user. There is no username also called user, but this is chmod own is basically used to change the permission, sorry, name of ownership. Let's say there is many process running, then you can use ps, but you need to see, and you need to specify a file, and then you need to specify file.c. So it will take a file and it will create an output file, and you can run this file by using /file.c. so this is how you can run that file. So if you need to build and manage a project, you can do make. This will actually make a good environment for the project. Okay, you can actually use git if you are a Git user, or a Git, if you are if you are doing many projects and if you're uploading every projects to a GitHub, then you can use git command also. Git clone to download, and git init to initialize, and git push to push all the updates, and git branch to create a branch, and git commit -yum to create a commit, like anything whatever you need. Okay, so you can just explore it. So one more thing is that ssh command, so you can use username and then need to use remote server, like example ssh root and then 127.0.0.1. so this is how the format will look like. Okay, so scp, so if you're using like if you're using what remote host every day, then you can use scp, which is more secure than that, more secure than ssh. Okay, if you need to download any text file or download anything, you can use duplicate dot, you can specify any website name. Okay, uh, let's say you are doing compressing anything. Okay, let's take one thing, that will be file. Okay, now I need to create a archive, archive, I guess, archive dot tar, then I am taking a file. Okay, now I need to specify some arguments here because I can't use star as it is. The first argument would be using I'm saying that I need to compress it. I'm saying that I need to end this file because star, if you compress it, sorry, if you need to compress it, tar does not compress it, you need to use one more argument. Basically by default tar will actually archive it, so if you need to compress you need to use gz. For using gz you need to specify z, and then if you need to see what action it is taking place you need to say verbose, and if you are specifying any file, and you need to say ef. So if I do ls, you can see the archived and compressed file is being created. Okay, so okay, now it's been compressed and you need to use unzip archive. Okay, so this does not work like that, you need to have a zip file. So okay, sorry, if you have any file called file.zip, okay, file.zip, so you can use unzip and file.zip. Okay, so if you need to if you don't know how to use let's say if you don't know how to use ls command, then you can use man page and ls to, which will actually, it's like a book. So I don't have a book here, so it's like a book, it's like a manual for a particular command. The, like every command has its own manuals. Okay, so it's called manual page, man page. uh, So there is one more command. This is set command. This is one more powerful command. Let's say you need to change something. Let's say you need to hold new file.txt. So let's say this file.txt has one name called hold, and you need to change it for new. But this will actually change it and just display it. If you need to permanently change it, you need to use -i. This will actually interact and permanently change it. So I'm using yes because to say that to change first occurrence or the first line, if you need to use globally, like if you are saying every occurrence of old, then you can use g. This is called global. That will basically permanently change old word to a new word. Okay, so this is actually powerful. SED and grep and awk, and these are all the powerful commands. So if you master it, then you are good to go. So one more thing is that there is one more command called awk, because awk is also a powerful method. So you can't just use like there is nothing that you need to use grep command to find the pattern. You can also use awk command So you need to specify the pattern, then you need to what you need to output it, right? So you need to use print $1. So why I'm using $1 is because, and then I need to specify file outside the single quote. So why am I using $1 is that if I use $0, it will basically print all the content. I don't need all the content. I need the pattern which is matching to a given pattern. So I'm using $1 that will basically print the line which is currently matching. Okay, let's say there is two files. Let's say I need to compare files line by line. Let's create one by one file or file one. Okay, now I use diff command and file1, and I can compare, but there is nothing inside that. It says that file 1 has this text and file 2 does not have any text. Okay, this is how you can compare it. Let's say you are administrator and you are working on all the log files. So I need to see all the log files which is currently running, and I need to see all the update of the log files. So you can use style command and F. So this, and you need to specify the path that will be in the var and the log and APACH apache.log. So this will basically print the log file apache.log, but it will actually update, like if that particular file gets any update in the last, it gets this log, and it will also display that also. Like it just, you can just try it out. If you need to list open files and processes, then you can just use ls of -i, then you can specify the port number, specify 80. It is basically https 443 https, there is nothing. Okay, if you need to check the disk usage, you can do df, that is actually called a disk free or a disk space or something like that. If you use -h, that is actually called human readable. It will be in a good format. If you use df, also it will be in that good format, but it is like good format because you see here like 1028, but it is like 84 or something, but I don't understand what is this. Here you can see that 3.9 GB. Oh, this is human readable. I can read that it is a 3.9 GB. It's too good to read. That is how it will affect if you don't use -h and if you use -h. Okay, let's say you need to transfer data with a URL, then you can also use a cur and -o, then you need to specify some file, and then you need to specify the website name, then it will actually transfer the file to a website. Let's say you need to synchronize files and directories. You can use r-sync, but I don't have, I guess. And you need to specify all and verbose, and you need to give the source of it. Let me check whether I have r-synchronize. Yes, I have r-synchronize. Okay, so let's use this. Okay, so now I have archive tar.tz. I need to save this to downloads. So what I do, I said r synchronize and a for all and b, and I just select archive.txt and I'll push it to downloads. Okay, if I do what ls and downloads, you can see that archive file is being transferred or backup. If I do ls also, you can see the file is here, but you can just say that it is been copied or it is been what backup. You can see you can also do with cp, but I'm just saying how to backup using r synchronize. Okay, okay, my mic is beaning. Okay, so if you need a terminal multiplexes, you can use tmux, or else I don't prefer tmux. I actually let's me actually prefer, close terminal. I don't actually prefer tmux. I actually prefer Terminator. Terminator. Actually prefer Terminator because it is the best, and it's user friendly because you will know how to use this. See, if you click right click, you can just see split, and you can just see split. It is like, yeah, user friendly, and it is too easy to use it. So I prefer Terminator than Termux. Actually, you can actually see jobs, which jobs are running, and foreground the jobs are BG, background the jobs are running. But currently I'm not running any background, but you need to know about it. Okay, so there is many commands that I can teach you, but this is the main commands, or this is the major command that you need to learn if you are a programmer. There is many commands, but this is actually, I guess this is actually not necessary for you. It is called S trace because it is used to trace system calls and signals. Let's say ls, not found, I guess that does not work. LTD also is there, which is actually to list dynamic dependency of any executable. Like if you have any executable. Now currently I don't have any executable. Okay, so there is one last command called nm, which is actually used to list symbolic from object files and binaries. Let's downloads itself, and then ls, then -h, sorry, -h. Yeah, you can see many arguments are there which you can use it. Okay, let's leave it to you to try all this. I'm just giving again what just brief overview of all the commands which is need to be learned for the programmers. Like I don't specifically say you need to learn all these commands, but I say this is the main commands that you need to leave that last three commands because it is not necessary, I guess. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed learning these commands, and thank you for watching. Bye. Please subscribe.